So we are painting the roof, which is a sealant that is going to seal the water from coming through, because the concrete suck up the water and the moisture is really getting it. So yeah, this is, you have to paint the roof. On the inside, so all right, so let's start off here. This is where the steps is going to be to go on the upstairs, and it's kind of different to the roof because it's going to be temporary. So we have the ceiling, so it doesn't look like off or anything like that. So it's going to, let me show you what the other side look like. That's what the other side look like. So we're gonna put some drywall on the side there and drywall here to make it look kind of symmetry. All right, so this is a furring, and basically the out here is finished. The inside here is finished. These are the drywall. We have 100 drywall, 100 pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of them, which is green. 10 of the green ones is for the bathroom. It helps keeping the moisture. It works better than the white one. And this bathroom here is completed. For this bathroom, we're gonna have a tub in here because it's a guest bathroom, a tub, but we also gonna have the shower coming down from the ceiling into the tub. We're gonna have this little sprinkle faucets here, sprinkling into the tub. Right here, we have the little antenna. I don't know what it's called, the antenna, to kind of wash yourself with. All right, so the house is live. There's power in the house. The guys was using that on the wall over there, but we don't use that anymore. So there's power in the house, and there's a lot of wires exposed, so I don't know if they turn off the breaker, so I gotta be careful of how I move around. We have the mud for the drywall, for the ceiling, and basically most of the outlets are covered, and most of them are covered. Yep. And now we just gotta remove it, paint behind, and then put it back. So we got some that is regular GFCI, but this one doesn't look like it's in properly. It's have this angle to it. I don't like that. You see what I'm talking about? And this whole thing in the back here is showing. We're gonna have to fix that. Or they're gonna have to fix that. Is not flush how it needs to be. Probably gonna have to take it out and see what's up behind it and kind of push it back. A lot of it is not flush on the wall. So you have to take everything out and see how that works. But some are flush, like this one here. What I might have to do is put a little bit of glue in the back to get it sealed. All right, so let's move on to this room. So as I show you on top of the roof, this is the bottom for the pipes. So the water is going to be running this way and running that way. All right, so nope, water running this way and going out that way. And the toilet is going to be coming in from here. And I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's kind of angle seems kind of off. And in here, you're going to take it and run it out that way. This bathroom, we're gonna have a different design. This is the wall here. You can step over, and one arm there, one arm there. And the water comes from the ceiling, of course, the shower. And then one arm there, and one right here. And the roof is finished. This in here is not finished as yet for the furring in the ceiling. Let's see, this room here is not finished as well. So tomorrow they're gonna finish that. And let's see. They marked this out to do the inside here. And so today is Tuesday. I'm assuming by the end of the week, they should be finished with this thing. They finished the inside there for the master bathroom. And this is what the master bathroom is gonna look like. All right, roof is finished, and that's the design on the wall. All right. So one thing that I had to do, I had to buy another electrical breaker box. I had to buy a 12 pole because a lot of the utilities in here are using double pole breakers. So as you can see, this wall is broken here, so that I can have another breaker in here. And basically, and so we have this one, which it is turned off right now, so that's great. This one is a 30 pole, I believe. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So this is a 30 pole. But the reason why I had to get another one is because a lot of the utilities are using double pole. So for instance, my hot water pump is using 3 double pole 30 amp breakers. So that's a lot. So there's a lot of the things that are taking up space. And my air condition is using 2 double pole 30 amp breaker. So there's a lot of spot. It seems like, yes, why 2 panels, but one panel is going to be filled with triple pole and double pole breakers. My water pump, it's a 220. My hot water heater is taking 3. My water pump is also 220. And that will be taking 2 double pole. I don't know if it's a 30 amp. I'm assuming it might be a 30 amp. And because we're going to be doing solar, a lot of this stuff we're going to wire in the solar for certain appliances to work when there's no power. So like the lights and all this kind of stuff is going to be used through the solar. All right. So that's the house so far. Yeah. And also, I was thinking I'm going to put the water pump right there on the outside. Let me turn the camera. We're going to make a little house right on the side here, on the lowest part, so it doesn't have any like erosion or anything like that. We're going to put it inside, make a little house for it, and that's where it's going to live. Because sometimes those pumps can make some noise, and I don't want it to be making any noise while we're in here. The rain has been doing a lot of crazy stuff on the property. And I'll show you what I mean. Because a lot of erosion, even as much as we put some little drain, it's doing a lot of crazy damages, and that is ridiculous. So the road that I put in here, it washed off even more because here is fine. This is the area that was compacted and now nice and compacted, but the other side, the soil moved and it shifted and do whatever it needs to do. So now what I'm gonna have to do right now, see, I planted some retrievers on the side to hold the soil up, so I gotta remove that, and I gotta cut the backhoe, gotta cut more on the inside there to go down. So that's one thing that I have to do here. Because that's all compacted here, and I'm going to cut that side to make it much better. And this side, of course, I'm going to leave this for like another year or so, let the soil really settles, and try to throw some rocks down the bottom there and try to fill it up a little bit. But this right here was the original drain. You can see from the side here. This was the original drain that we filled up, but the water have another mind of its own. So that's the crazy stuff that's been happening. You can see how all of the water been moving. Even we have some settlement down there. We did some underground trench, and of course, you know, we need to run some pipe to kind of capture the water so you can go into the box and go out though. But that's where we are so far. So for this road, we're gonna have to leave this road for another year or so, so everything settles and everything where it needs to be. The dry season coming up in December, so I'm gonna have to open this road some more and basically have a better inclination, whatever. So the intention for the pool that I had on top there, of course, is still gonna be there. We're gonna put that in maybe like a couple more, maybe like 1 more year. I'm gonna use it to garden right now because we like to have a pool, but the time that we're living in, guys, it's crazy. So it's better for us to put a garden right there, a garden and a platform right there, and at the bottom we're gonna use it also as well down there. All right, the climate that we're living in, it is uncertain, it is unknown. Okay, guys, we know that we at the end, and if you don't have a garden as yet, if you don't have something for sustainability and all this kind of stuff, it's gonna be awful. There's a time that is coming where if you don't have that mark, you can't buy or sell or anything like that. That doesn't mean that my little garden is going to sustain me through this last ages, but at least if you have some fruit trees, you got some stuff going on, and there's a possibility that this house, I may not even be staying in this house because we might have to be into the country, as the Bible says, leave your house and flee into the mountain and do not come down. Okay, do not come down from the mountain to go back into your house, because that's when your life might be in total danger. Guys, the Bible speaks about it. The Bible talks about the end times prophecy and all this kind of stuff. And if you're not up to date, if you're not reading your Bible and getting in that oil, you know, going out there and teaching people about God, going out there and showing people, hey, this is what the Bible says, and this is how you need to live your life, and this is how you need to prepare. Okay, we need to get that oil, as much oil as we can. If we don't have that oil, we are in total danger, because when time comes, when the bridegrooms come and he says, hey, the bridegroom is coming, and he might say, I don't know you, and you don't want to be the person that he's saying, I don't know you too. Okay, so my friends, usually I haven't said much about the Bible and stuff like that on this channel, and I want to take a course redirection to make this more spiritually, make this channel more God-centered, Christ-centered, because we are the time. And I was reading the book of Amos chapter 5, from verse 20 and verse up to 21, that speaks about, it says from verse 18, talks about, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. And basically saying the day of the Lord would be like darkness to some people. Darkness in a sense of, you desire the day of the Lord, but you're not preparing. And when the day of the Lord comes, it's going to be darkness. You may not be the one going into the kingdom. And it also means that if you're not prepared for the day of the Lord, that coming, that goodness, okay, you could be lost, and you don't want to be lost. Okay, and it goes into verse 23 and 24, talks about, it says, I despise your rituals. You go to church on with Saturdays or Sabbath, and you go to church maybe on Sundays or whatever, but to you, it's just going to church. You don't have the deep relationship with Christ. You don't have the deep fundamental, the deep grounding with Christ. And you go to church because it's a ritual. It's like a thing, You don't have that sincerity of heart. And Christ is saying, woe unto you. I despise your rituals. I despise it. Okay? I don't even, and verse 24, 25 talks about, I hate the songs that you sing to me. I'm not listening because you're not doing whatever, And verse 25, I think 24 says, I sent those disasters and those tribulation and those things so that you can turn back to me. Do you really hear that? He says, I caused the the rain and the flood and the storm to come in your life so that you can turn back to me. Come to me, because I am the one who give you life. Chapter 4, I think verse, it's still in verse 5, I think somewhere in verse 8 talks about seek the Lord and you shall live. That's powerful, guys. You shall live. If you don't seek him, you shall live. And in chapter 4, it says, I cause your food to be scarce. I cause the rain to stop falling. Why? Because I want you to turn to me. I cause the disasters to happen because I want you to turn to me. And because you haven't turned to me, I let the judgment flow like a river. Verse 25, Amos chapter 5, verse 25 says, 25 and 26 says, I cause judgment. I let judgment flow like rain, like flood. He let it. Because if you turn to me, if my people would just turn to me, I would stop all those things from happening in your life. That is powerful, guys. That is a powerful thing I read. And I think for me, personally, I have to be more grounded spiritually in the word. More spiritual. Like my channel was just about, showing people, oh, we're building this house in Costa Rica, we're building this house in Costa Rica. Yeah, we moved into the country and stuff, because I never really had that deep renewal of spirit. I didn't have that, guys. And for me, as a professed Christian, as someone who said to people, hey, look at me, I'm a Christian, but I'm not doing what Christians should do. I'm not living that Christian life. And it's a turnaround that I have to do spiritually in my heart. So that's why I haven't posted much things on my channel before, because I had that almost like a come to Jesus moment that, hey, we at a time closer to the end where we have to make decisions to bring people closer to Christ. And I hope with this message that I just told you that you can change your rituals. Don't just go to church because you go to church. Don't just go to church because your mom or your dad, your uncle or your husband or your wife say you need to go to church. Go to church because you want to have that communication, that deep inner deepness with Christ. That's the only way. In Malachi, I think chapter 4 speaks about a storm is coming. A fire is coming, fervent than has never seen before. But the end says, if you revere the name of the Lord, you will plow in the fields like calves and cow and stuff. You will frolic like this fire can't burn me because I have Christ. And the only how that you can move around within this fire that's burning out there, this storm that's burning out there, is only if you have a deep relationship with Christ, so that you will not get burned. You will not be part of this tribulation and all this kind of stuff. I'm not talking about, all this, the rapture and all this. I'm talking about you being with Christ right now. Tell Jesus that I need a renewal of the spirit. In Daniel chapter 12, I think verse 1 talks about when Michael stands up. When he stands up, it will be a time that the world has never seen before. Things that are happening right now, I tell people ask me, are we at the end? Yes, we are at the end, but I don't think we at the end, because there's a lot of things that need to happen. And yes, it can happen like that. The pandemic came and it happened like that. The world shift like that. Okay, so with the mark of the beast, it can come in, the Antichrist can come in, and the world can change like that. So with me saying yes, I don't think we are at the end, I can be totally wrong. Okay, but we are at the end though. We are at the end. We may not be at the end, but we are at the end. Okay, would Jesus come in my lifetime? He can, he may not. I don't know, but we're still at the end. We're still at the end. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. That was the house. That was my rant for you, and I think that this message, it may not reach 1,000 or 100,000. I hope it does, but I do hope that the one person who's listening, your life can change. Just read the word. Just dedicate your life to God, and He will direct your path.